Sometimes you'll watch an anime and then you'll just like finish an episode and you think, why do other anime even try? Because that's pretty much where Free Ren's at. Like, I enjoy all the stuff I'm talking about, either on my channel, watching on Patreon. Like, I love all those shows, but like, when I start watching a Free Ren episode, it's almost as if those shows don't exist, or when I think about them, they just seem small in comparison. Like, this show is just, it's perfect, it's made for me. Favorite action scene of the week was Stark busting that dragon's skull apart. The way they're handling it, this might be one of the most perfect parties I've seen in anime, and it's just 3 characters. And I think the biggest reason I can say that is look at what they did with Stark by the end of the episode. I don't have a lot of time. I can't spend too much time, wasting away at a village. And it's not because he's dying, but because he wants to be able to collect all these memories that his master, that Aizen isn't able to do anymore because he's too old to travel. Those 10 years were the most important things in his entire life. He wants to give those memories back. You have Frieren, who used to not really appreciate the idea of time, 10 years to her was just a blink of an eye, but now, because of characters like Fern, she has to now start realizing that it is okay to, value other people's time, but at the same time, she does want to stop and smell the roses a lot more. And then Fern, she's someone who doesn't want to completely waste her life either, but also does want to do a lot of good. These 3 are making such a perfect party and continuing to prove that Frieren is absolutely a masterpiece of an anime. Now, I do have a full live reaction to today's wonderful episode over on my Patreon, so if you would like to see that, it's over there if you're interested. Now, there's a lot to break down. First things first, we gotta talk about that action though, because that was some amazing animation. I'm not sure if I'm the only one who felt it, but anyone who saw the anime Keep Your Hands Off Eizouken, it was about a group of characters who were making anime at school, and there was a lot of different production styles and aesthetics and just animation techniques that they would use when either working on the anime in question or just imagining things in their imagination. The way Stark was like running and the way they were shifting the animation around, it felt like pulled from that show, and I say that with nothing but compliments. But the biggest praise I have to give is the fact that they didn't go bloody against the dragon. Now here's the thing, he does shatter the talons on the claws, and he does clearly cave in the dragon's skull, like he killed that thing without cutting its head off. But the idea when you think about it, a dragon should be pretty tough, right? Like either blades are breaking against its scales, or ultimately like you're not gonna just blow apart its brain into smithereens. But it doesn't change the fact that you can still end up killing it, and by just looking at the lifeless body, you would swear it was just sleeping, but because it's just such a strong creature, Stark had no idea he was the one who dealt with the finishing blow. And it's really cool because I really thought it was her needing 30 seconds to cast a spell. Turns out, no, she wanted him to deal with it himself so he would build that confidence. And I think they did a really clever thing with the idea of fear, because we see prior to this battle starting, he's shaking, he's shivering, and she mentions how his dwarven master had the exact same thing with a similar situation, and that wasn't something he viewed as an issue. Like, fear is what got him there. Fear is what keeps you alive, and if you're not scared of something that giant peering down at you, you're probably an idiot. But I love the fact that for Stark approaching this, he thinks like, okay, he's not actually scared. He just didn't want to attack the village. I got lucky, but no, this dragon senses that this boy could kill him. And that's why, as soon as that battle starts, it doesn't start trying to attack, it starts running. And I love the idea of building in, because we get this confirmation that apparently Aizen punched him and hurt him quite badly. And it does look pretty bad. He cracked him hard. Turns out it wasn't because he was mad at him, it was because of pure instinct, kind of like fight or flight, right? The idea that he was charging at him and something inside him made him reflect and just knock his apprentice out because he was that scared. The idea that Stark, has such a misunderstanding about what his master thinks of him, when it turns out his master is like, he's going to be greater than I ever was, and oh my god, will he be an amazing addition for your party. I may not be able to be the one to travel with you anymore, I want to, it kills me that I can't, but this boy, he can definitely live out those dreams with you. And I think it's such a beautiful, powerful, and just conflicting, complicated moment that just continues to elevate the cast. And what I've been saying over these videos is that I love how they use flashback. So the idea that we ended, their initial journey at the start of this anime, right? So what we end up having here is moments, whether it's because they're in the same city they were once in the first area, or they're reflecting on similar moments, or characters are mentioning that, hey, so-and-so told me about this and the shaved ice. We still get to see moments from their original journey, but it never feels like the new party is there to replace the old one. No, they are their own individual characters. And I think one of the most interesting pairings we have is between Fern and Stark. Fern has like this element of like, she's hostile towards him. She does a lot of death glares. I don't want to sit with you. But you can tell she genuinely does respect him in moments of, you're not a coward, you are strong, or, oh my god, you actually, I mean, what you're telling me about your master is incredibly sweet. Yeah, they're not lovey-dovey, kissy-kissy, but, you know, who knows what happens when campfires go out, because there's some chemistry going on there. And I like the idea that this party feels like they bounce off each other, they conflict with one another's beliefs, but not in a way that it becomes toxic, but more so they bring out the best in each other. And while of course someone like Freerun wanted to stay and, you know, smell the roses, get more books and everything like that, the idea that they got through something that should have took 2 years minimum, just like that because of that heroic welcome, it does bring a giant grin to your face. This is absolutely a jaw-dropping show, whether it's simple moments, flashbacks of Fern running, turning around and blasting that creepy PT Silent Hill creature that's trying to approach on us, to Stark absolutely just being built different and just seeing such a fun fight. And, you know, as bad as I feel about these majestic dragons being crushed, I mean, holy hell, if he would have left that village would have burned, because that dragon would have nothing to fear anymore. And I mean, we knew he was strong. He was cutting through a giant stone wall. Like, we knew he was powerful, but even I wasn't expecting moments like, you know, Aizen being scared of him. Like, just instinct-wise having to crack his apprentice because, holy shit, bro, you're insane. And hopefully, he gets to tell those stories to our dwarven pal, because I was very happy that they didn't go the route of killing all 3 of the members of the original party as, you know, we approach the new one. He ain't gonna live forever. Now, here's the thing. Is this gonna be a full 10-year journey? Will it be a 20-year journey? Will it be a 2-year journey? We have no idea, but my god, if they ended the show, I'm not saying within this 28-episode run or maybe even a season 2, but if it ended with him not getting to tell, I mean, just send letters, please. As long as he sends letters over the course of this journey to his master, I will be okay if they never get to meet back up again. Just share those stories. Show me every few episodes him picking up a letter, reading it, being like, that's my boy, he's doing me proud. Just give me that, because if you don't, I'm gonna be worried this whole damn show that the dwarf is not gonna hear about the legendary adventures that Stark and the gang are going through. But like I said, incredible episode. It just, honestly, at this point, it should just be illegal for this anime to even exist, because it just makes everything feel so small in comparison. Like, it's just so good. It clicks with me personally. As I keep saying, anyone who followed me covering To Your Eternity, you probably are seeing a very similar passion here. But man, this is already becoming one of my new personal faves, 100%. Not even just of this year, but in general. It just, I love it. I love the music. At one point, like, it was in the montage when Stark was like, you know, pushing his hair up, doing his like scary faces. The OST is just so good. Like, sometimes it kind of feels like Mario Party horror music, like something on like a Boo's Haunted Mansion map or something, but it's like just so good. It captures the right essence and just, I love this show. Enough rambling for me though. Thoughts, feelings yourself down below. Drop a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new around. You, of course, ring that bell so you can get notified when I upload more videos to the channel. Like I mentioned, we have a full live reaction over on my Patreon. And hey, while you're there, you also get a video shout out. So today we have T Greeny 1, K-Talk, Brett Itzka, One Up Annie, Demon69C, and Anthony Tonks. I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care and have a good one.